Good evening and welcome to Dr. Kalam IS Academy. Dear students, we are continuing with the one of the most important aspect, that is the NC. We are continuing with the most important aspect, that is with respect to the NCRT. NCRT are the most important. Dear students, as you are aware, we are into social and political life, which covers a huge portion of your syllabus, prelims, mains, interview. The first page of the constitution is very, very important. I hope by now you have by hearted and internalized the thing. Democracy is a very, very recent phenomena in the history of the mankind. Here, democracy is ruled by the people. They are the rulers. They elect the leaders. When it comes to representative form of, I'm just briefing the things which we have discussed yesterday. When it comes to representative form of democracy, here they elect the leaders and the leaders make the policies. Universal adult franchise means all adults in the country have the right to vote. Women's suffrage movement is the movement where women fought for their voting rights. In India, universal adult suffrage, very important. The students' first beginning of the representative institutions began in 1861. Afterwards, it was in 1892 where first time indirect elections were made. In 1909, first time for the executive council of the viceroy and governors, Indians were appointed. In 1919, for the first time, direct elections were there, and for the first time, majority of the members of both the houses were directly elected. When it comes to 1935, there was abolition of diarchy in the provinces and there was provincial autonomy. Beginning with the key elements of democracy, participation is very, very important. In that aspect, we dealt with the South African apartheid system, in which the apartheid laws did not allow mingle to live near or use common facilities. Participation, the main important thing in democracy with respect to participation is election. Other than that, we have got dharnas, rallies, strikes, signature campaigns, social movements, and the criticisms, the things which we come across in the social media, in the newspapers. All these constitute the participation. Participation is very, very important, my dear students, because in a democracy, it's the people who are the king. In democracy, conflict do arises when things do not go along with each other's things, and also when one feels that they are being discriminated. Resolution of the disputes in a democracy should always happen through constitution. Inequality and justice. So if there is inequality, you cannot expect justice. So, my dear students, if you want equality, if you want justice, they both should go together. They are inseparable. Equality and justice are inseparable. Gender inequality and untouchability are the two forms of inequalities we study. Coming to the local government. Local government and administration, part 3, in that we study Panchayat Raj. Grama Sabha is the meeting of all the adults who directly participate and ask answers from their elected representative. Dear students, Grama Sabha has ward members and Panchayat president. These two are elected. On the other hand, secretary, who is common for Gram Sabha and Panchayats, Gram Panchayat, is a person who is appointed. Dear students, here we have got three tiers. one at the bottom, that is Gram Panchayat, then Panchayat Samiti, then we have got Zilla Panchayat. It is the 73rd Amendment Act of 1992, which provided three-tier system of Panchayat Raj in every state, that is Panchayat at village, intermediate and district level. But Panchayats are created by an act of state legislature. I repeat, this is often committed mistake. So Panchayats are not created by 73rd Amendment Act. They are created by their respective state legislatures, by their respective state legislature acts, right? So the three-tier, there is one exception, that is if the state population of the state is not exceeding 20 lakh, you can have only two-tier system. Very important, most often confused, all the members of the panchayats at village, intermediate, district level are directly elected. I repeat, say we have got three-tier system. In this three-tier system, in all the cases, members, whether it is your Zilla Panchayat, whether it is Mandal Panchayat or Taluk Panchayat or your Gram Panchayat, in all the cases, they are elected. Two things, not only elected, they are directly elected. Next, chairpersons of intermediate and district level are elected indirectly. Very important. At the intermediate level and at the district level, they also elected, but indirectly. And very, very important things, by and from among the elected members thereof. So anyone who is not a member of these tiers cannot become the chairperson. So by and from among us the elected members, right? So the chairpersons of panchayat at village level, this is one, because it is a deviation, shall be elected in such a manner as state legislature determines. So it differs from state to state. Any state, all the states have discretion with respect to this. So you can have direct election, you can have indirect election. So any combination is determined by the state legislature concerned. The rural administration, here we discussed what happens. See, my dear students, these are very, very important from every respect. Don't think that these are sixth class things. They are very, very beautifully written. All the things in the constitution, all the things in the articles are made in a simplified form. I'll show you in the second half of the thing. I'll show you how the syllabus and the ncrts go together. So we discussed where a farmer gets into a quarrel with another farmer. So it was a minor dispute. In that, what, how, what are the things? They went to police station. Afterwards, the policeman, like he refused to take the things. Somehow, with some force and with some argument, somehow they were allowed. My dear students, here the question is how the things are working in the rural environment. When it comes to Mohan, you came across. So here injustice has been inflicted on Mohan. Even then, he was afraid to go to Raghu because he was little influential. He was strong. And also when he went to police station, police were not willing to take the case. So all the cases have to be registered in the respective police station itself, not in any main police station or anywhere. So, my dear students, one of the key things with respect to police administration is still now India is ruled by the 1861 Police Act of 1861, which was created long before by the Britishers. So it has got many lacunae in this regard. One of the main thing with respect to maintenance of land record is our patwari. Measuring the land, keeping the land records is the main work of patwari. He is known by different names in different states. In this case, if there is any dispute, first of all, we have to take the kasaras which are present. Nowadays, they are like computerized, so no problem for you. So this is the one typical thing which appears like this. Maintenance of law record, it comes with respect to the revenue department. Above the patwari, you will be having tahsildar. Above the tahsildar, you will be having the district collector who will take care of all the things. Right? These were some of the things which we already discussed. And Hindu Succession Act. Here till recently there was some inequalities in sharing the properties, but in the new thing, very important, sons, daughters, and their mothers get equal share in the land. That is a very, very important thing. So these are the areas of public service, very important. These two topics are there. Public service, what are the services provided, how you have to make them better, because my dear students, government has failed. I repeat, government has failed to provide the services. That is the reason why we are going to LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. Government has utterly failed. Say, for example, when like some 20, 30 years, HMT, a very, very renowned watch. Even in fact, it was one of the like things which a bridegroom used to ask in dowry. That was the status of HMT watch. But now the things have changed. If you say that I am giving HMT watch, probably marriage won't happen. Means that kind of worst things with respect to HMT now. Coming to the urban administration. This is very important because you have got directly problems of urbanization. Previously, they have asked a question relating to why people from rural area migrate to urban areas. In this direction, let's begin. The urban administration, city, my dear students, if you have got any bias towards NCRT, please remove. Because I reiterate, these are the things where the authentic information is made available in a very, very simple way. City is much bigger than a village and more spread out. The city has crowded markets, many buses, cars, water, electricity, facilities, traffic control. Everything will be present in urban areas. Dear students, here we come across a small area and a story goes here. In this, like, let me tell you what really happened. Here, when there was a cricket match. During the cricket match, one of the person has hit the street light here. So the children, like very good children, so they were thinking, say, previously we have broken some other's window. So for that, we were made to pay. Now we have broken the street light. We want to give money. To whom should we give the money? Was their doubt. So this is a very, very interesting story where they will reveal how the government works and who are the functionaries who are present there. So 29 functional items, please do take care of these things. They are directly there in the syllabus, and every answer of you should have a correspondence with these things. On the other hand, when it comes to urban areas, 18 items, all these things already have been asked in UPSC preliminary examination and also mains examination. So it is very, very important, my dear students, and it is very high time that you internalize all these things, the syllabus, whole thing, everything. I'll be discussing the syllabus, like which part, where the points have come, all these things. You have to do, how you have to internalize the things. These are the things which we have already discussed yesterday. And as I said, my dear students, please do read the syllabus daily. If you internalize the syllabus, half of the work is done. Okay. With respect to urban administration, here, okay. One lazy afternoon, Mala and her friends, Shankar, Jahangir, and Rihanna were playing a game of cricket in the street. See, these were the people who are playing. Shankar has bowled a good over, and although he nearly managed to get Rihanna out, she was still batting. So normally, as it happens, maybe the person who is owning the bat or ball, they won't simply hit to the things. They will say, "No, I'm not out." If still you force, they will go with their bat. So Rihanna was out, but she was managed to play. So frustrated, he bowled a short ball and hoped she would hit it for an easy catch. Instead, Rihanna hit the ball so hard, so high that the street light broke. See, this is the one which has happened. Rihanna screamed, "Oh no, look what I have done." Shankar said, "Yes, we forgot to make a rule that if you break the street light, you are automatically out." So this is the thing. If we are playing in the street, it definitely happens. Say we will be having like short pitch or throw ball, things like that, where we'll make a boundary. If someone hits the ball out of this boundary for the first time, like if it first pitches outside here, we say that he will be had. So when Rihanna has hit this two blade, the bowler Shankar he said, "Oh no, it should not have been. We would have made a rule that if you break the street light, you are automatically out." So he was concerned about like getting her out. He's not concerned about like what has happened there. But Mala, Jahangir, and Rihanna were more worried about. They were more worried about what happened, and they told Shankar, "It's better to stop thinking about the cricket, the wicket." Last week they had broken Nirmala Moses' window and had spent their pocket money to have it repaired. Would they have to dish out money again from their pocket? But who would they pay this to? To whom did the lights on the street belong to? Who changed them? So they were puzzled. So if we want to give money also, to whom do these two blades belong to? So what they do? Rihanna's house was the closest. They ran and told her mother what has happened. Rihanna's mother said, "I don't really know these things in great detail." So her mother was not knowing like in detail what like who would take the things, all these things. But I know that it is the municipal corporation of the city that takes care and repairs the things. So Rihanna's mother told, best person to ask would be Yasin Kala. She just retired from the municipal corporation. Go and ask her. Rihanna came back soon. Rihanna, come back soon. This is a normal thing. See, when children go out, parents will say, please come back soon. So they went to Yasin Kala. Very important. In a beautiful way, they have explained how the things are. Why I'm saying all these things you won't get in your guides, UPSC guides, which you read for UPSC preliminary examination. Please imagine the situation. Take the story in your mind. So they went to Yasin. So these are the people. After breaking, they went because she has just retired. Yasin Kala lived in the same line, and she and Rihanna's mother were good friends. The children ran to Kala's house, and when she opened the door, what had happened all at once. When they asked about the street light, Yasim Khala laughed and said, "This is no one, there is no person that you can pay the money." Because they want to pay money to a person to whom they belong to. And she said, like that. This is transportation. Go to the administration of the city.
So your voice is breaking. I'm not sure if that's a common problem.
Okay. Okay. Municipal corporation that takes care of the street lights, garbage collection, water supply, keeping the streets and the market clean. So they said that it is not an individual, it is the municipal corporation who which takes care of. See here, please internalize. This may appear like very easy for you. So they will be taking care of street lights, garbage, municipal, water supply, keeping the street and the market clean. These are the works of the municipal corporation. I have heard about municipal corporation. They have put up signs about the city to inform people about malaria. See the point in context. Here we are facing corona pandemic, COVID-19. Let me take a minute for this, my dear students. Today in Karnataka, suddenly in the afternoon, government has ordered to shut down all the economic activities except the essentials. It is said that near some graveyard in around Bangalore, nearly like 3 to 4 kilometers length, ambulances are waiting for their turn to keep the dead ones shavagara funeral. So why I said is, dear students, at the peak of our first corona wave, it was just 8 to 9,000 in Karnataka. Now it has reached 21,000. It is going uncontrolled. Dear students, I humbly request you, please do take care. My personal experience, my brother who works in HAL, Hindustan Aeronautic Limited, today he told that nearly like more than 10 people have died in his own like uh, like in HAL, and for that they have announced 3 to 4 days leave kind of thing. So it's very severe, dear students. Like now at the end of the day, life is very important. Please give due attention to these things. Simple things. One, wearing the mask properly. Wearing the mask properly. Number two, hand sanitize, hand hygienic. Please don't go out of house if you don't have any work. One of the main reason is, dear students, we are not sure how the pandemic is spreading exactly. What are the modes of spreading? We know, but we can't 100% say that if you are wearing mask, you won't get corona. Everywhere, I have not seen an individual who wears the mask 100% properly. If you go in a bus, almost like 50% of the people are not wearing the mask properly. It has become a like showpiece, like always like below their nose. Even the doctors are doing that mistakes. My dear students, there is a huge shortage now in Karnataka. You are not getting beds. You may be having millions, but you will be dying like a beggar if you get the thing. Be careful because it's very, very high time. In around like Karnataka, hospitals are filled now. You are not getting bed. You are not getting oxygen. So the best thing is, please don't go out. I reiterate, my dear students, please don't go out. So coming back to the thing, I have heard that municipal corporation they have put up signboards around the city to inform people about malaria. Now COVID-19 in Bangalore, BBMP, Burhat Bangalore Mahanagarapalika is taking care of all the things. Previously, if they found like in any of the labs, if they found someone that who has tested positive for COVID-19, BBMP people used to call them. BBMP people made all the arrangements. So here it is the municipal administration which takes care of hygiene, health, all these things. Yes, you are quite right. Municipal corporation is also responsible for ensuring that diseases do not break out in the city. It also runs schools. Dear students, so your city administration also runs schools, hospitals, dispensaries, and make gardens and maintain them. So here you have to take in the education. It's a subject which is there for local self-government in the urban areas. Health and hygienic is a subject. Along with that, maintaining aesthetic values in the city is the responsibility of your urban government. Then she added, our city Pune is big city. So here it is called municipal corporation. In small towns, it is called municipal council. A very, very important thing. So for big city, you have got corporation. For small towns, you have got municipal councils. So see how in both the cases, all these things, schools, hospital, dispensaries, gardens, everything is the responsibility of the concerned local body. Yasmin Kala, incurious, who decides where a park should go? Did you have to make interesting decision like this when you worked in the municipal corporation? So this is a very, very important question. Who decides in your city that where the park should go? Rihanna asked. Why this? There's those people who are like well versed with politics, somehow they will be knowing, but others you may not be. Who decides where the park should go? Then Yasin said, no, Rihanna, I was working in accounts office of the corporation, so I just worked on pay slips. So Yasin was just a appointed worker who was just taking care of the bills. She was in accounts office. She was nowhere concerned with respect to park, like where the park should be. Cities are usually quite large, so municipal corporation has to make a lot of decision as well as do a lot of work to keep the city clean. The decisions like where the park or the new hospital should go are usually made by the ward councillors. Very, very important thing. So who will take the decisions? It is the ward councillors. If they have any question like this, like who decides where the park should go, who decides where the hospital should go, and if the options are like municipal corporation, ward councillors, your answer should be ward councillors. See here we are talking about decision making. Here one point you have to keep in mind, my dear students: law making, policy making. When it comes, don't think that it is the only like your parliament which is making. No, along with parliament, state legislature is also making policies. Along with state legislature, my dear students, local bodies, your panchayat raj and municipalities are also making policies. Here, a point of caution: when I say policy, it is the law making power, parliament, state legislature, not the executive. You cannot say that Modi ji is making policy. You cannot say that Jagan is making policy. You can't say that. So these are the executive. But unfortunately, like as we proceed, we'll tell like what are the differences, how the things are going on in India, especially a parliamentary form of government. In the parliamentary form of government, generally in democracy, generally we should have separation of powers. We should have separation of powers. That is, your legislature, your executive, and judiciary. There should be separation of powers. This separation of powers we can find in a very watertight compartments in the presidential form. In the presidential form, in your America, Joe Biden is an executive. Legislature is the Congress. Judiciary is the judiciary. So they are different. Your Joe Biden is never a part of legislature. Legislature, your Congress decides the policies. Congress decides the policies. Your Joe Biden will just implement that executive. But on the other hand, in our parliamentary form of government, it is not so. If this is legislature, legislature, the executive emerges. Means executive is always part of legislature. I repeat, in a parliamentary form of government, so this is the figure which you have to make, like keep in mind. If this is the legislature, executive is always the part of legislature. Legislature, that is all your MPs. All your MPs come together and they elect one among them as their leader. He becomes the prime minister. He forms the council of ministers. But when it comes to presidential form, your executive and your legislature are entirely separate. So there is a watertight thing. Executive is never a member of the legislature, but in parliamentary form of government, your executive is always like maximum 6 months. You cannot. That is the exception. Leave this one. Your executive is always part of legislature. This is the irony here. That is the reason some administrative thinkers say that in a parliamentary form of democracy, both legislature means a person is making the law and the same person is implementing, because executive covers the major part. Say for example, Modi ji has the support of more than 50% of the legislatures. So he is making laws and he is the person executing. So there is a concentration of power. My dear students, it is found that especially in developing countries where a democracy is a recent phenomenon, means like 2 to 3 centuries only, wherever there is parliamentary form of government, there is abuse of power. Take for the case of other countries like Sri Lanka, where you have got presidential form. They are far better. There is no concentration of power there. In our case, there is misuse. But on the other case, when you take European countries, we can't compare our things with them because there the democracy has evolved since 13th century. Thousands of years have taken. Here, Modi ji is the person who is making law and he is the person who is implementing concentration of powers. If Modi ji has the influence of judiciary, then it is nothing but anarchy, despotism again. This is a very, very important thing which you have to internalize in writing your answers. And there has been a huge debate whether India should go for presidential form or not. So here coming back, decisions are taken by your ward councillors. So means they are law making, they are policy making. Ward councillors are involved in law making. Ward councillor and administrative staff. The city is divided into different wards and ward councillors get elected. The same with the village. Here too, we have got wards and the ward councillors get elected. The complicated decisions that affect the entire city are taken by group of councillors who form the committees to decide and debate. So anything related to a ward, the decisions related to a ward are taken by your ward councillor. On the other hand, the decisions like complicated or which are having like huge ramifications of the like entire city, those kind of decisions are taken by group of councillors who form committees to decide and debate the issue. So they form committees, means group of the councillors, ward councillors come together and they discuss, decide and debate the issue. For example, if bus stand needs to be improved, if you want the bus stand needs to be improved because bus stand is having ramification for entire area, or a crowded marketplace need to have its garbage cleaned more regularly. There is a nala or a drain that cuts through the city that needs cleaning, etc. It is the committees on water, garbage collection, and street lights that decide the work to be done. So, my dear students, if there is anything, say for example, in your area, there is like a electricity line has broken, it is hanging. So then you can go for the individual ward councillor. But when it is, when any of your decision is affecting more than one ward, then it will be the committee, ward committee, which will be deciding these things. Here, ward councillors are elected. So here we have discussed about the decision part. Then it comes who implements the things. Here in your state and center, you have got legislature and the executive. Legislature legislates, executive executes. Legislature makes the laws, executive execute these things. But when it comes to city administration, who are the people? When it comes to your panchayats, to a greater extent, your members and chairpersons are the, we can equate that to policymakers, and they will be executed and they will be taken care. The day-to-day routine things will be taken by your secretary. Here, when it comes to the urban administration, then who is the person who is executing the things? Before that, let me think it over. When the problems are within a ward, then what you should do? Whom to contact within the ward? In that scenario, when the problems are within the ward, when the people who live in that ward can contact their counselors. So, in any of your case studies or in any of your answers with respect to particular thing, they can go for counselors. Not like you can't go for like police in the first instance. Like that is a different thing. But these are the people who are your representatives. These are the people to whom you have to go. For example, if there are damages, dangerous electrical wires hanging down, then the local councillor can help them get in touch with the electricity authority. So here, dear students, if there is an individual thing pertaining to an individual ward, then the contact person for all these things is the councillor. Who decide on the issues, who implement the decisions on these issues. So the decisions are by the councillors. Then who implement these decisions? Decisions are taken by the ward councillor. When it is pertaining to having larger ramification for more than one ward or serious matters, then it will be taken by committees. Committees on water supply, committees on garbage collection, so on. Then who will implement these decisions? Councillors committee and councillors. Very important. See here, councillors committees and councillors decide. Means it is like policy making. Decide on the issues. Commissioner, very important. Commissioner and the administrative staff implement these things. So, dear students, it is the commissioner who is implementing, who is executing the things. So, please, like for those who are very new to the subject, please internalize the thing. Executive, legislature, how the things are at the local level. The commissioner and the administrative staff are appointed and the councillors are elected. Very important point. Dear students, here, if you, like many of my students and my friends are commissioners, municipal commissioners, and the administrative, if you clear the civil service examination, maybe at the center or the state, you have a very good chance of becoming commissioners and the councillors are elected. See here, one thing what happens here is, say for example, if the commissioner and the administrative staff, if they are appointed or if they are under control of one government or one party which has appointed, on the other hand, councillors are of different, so there will be tug of war where the things won't go smoothly. Say for example, in a state there, the commissioner and administrative staff, these are appointed by, say for example, our CBN Chandrababu Naidu. But somehow he lost the election. He has appointed administrative staff. Some are appointed during this period. But after the election, the councillors all they belong to our YSR party. So here becomes the problem. In normal cases, that won't be, but there are some cases. Even in Delhi, it had happened. The administrative staff were not cooperating with the Kejriwal government previously. It is very, very important because you may be taking the decision. The councillors may be taking the decisions. But if the administrative staff is not cooperating, how can they implement? So it's very, very important that there is a cooperation among these two for the smooth functioning. Otherwise, it is will be very, very difficult. Moving forward, so who are these? How are these decisions made? Asked Rehana, who never gave up on her train of thought. So Rehana is the person who is always asking the question. She says, "Who are? How are these decisions made?" So we said that decisions are made by your counselors and counselors committees, and they are implemented by the commissioner and the administrative staff. Then they're asking, how are these decisions made? All the ward councillors meet and they make a budget, and the money is spent according to this. So how are they going to do these things? How are these decisions made? Here, see, the question is, how are these decisions made? The answer for this is, ward councillors meet and they make a budget, and the money is spent according to these things here. How decisions are made? The answer is just budget. This is a very, very important thing. So the decisions are being equated to budget. Because, say for example, you have got 100 rupees. So think that this is 100 rupees. If this 100 rupees divided among like different things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the money will be spent to that. So any decision taken will be having a monetary angle to that. All your decisions, say for example, Modi government has come up with some decisions, some plans. This cannot be fruitful or implemented if there is no money tag. So policies are always attached with money tag. Like you may come up with some of the exceptions. Even those exceptions will be having money. Say for example, at this point of time, say Corona pandemic, if you want to take any decision, you should have the corresponding money spent on that. So all the ward councillors meet. So it is not the individual councillor, ward councillors all. In committees, some ward councillors will be there in committees. But when it comes to meeting like budget, all the ward councillors meet and they make up the budget, and the money is spent according to this. So the decisions are made by all the councillors, that is in the form of budget. The ward councillors try and ensure that particular demands of their wards are placed before the entire council. It's like individual minister who will be taking care of its his constituency. These decisions are then implemented by the administrative staff, said Yasmin Khala, enjoying the questions that the children asked. No adult asked her about her job, and the children's questions proved her provided an opportunity to reveal some of her experiences. So Yasmin Kala Samu told some of the things with respect to administration. In this, so some of the things with respect to the thing till now, the policies are made by your councillors. They are implemented by your commissioner and the administrative staff. With respect to policy, some of the important policies are taken in the committees. The individual things will be taken by the individual council with respect to its ward. Here, you can consider, you can equate these people to the legislation making body. So here decision making body, we can't say exactly as a legislature, we can say that these are decision makers. The commissioners and administrative mechanism, the whole, this is the executing or implementing the things. So let me ask some of the questions for you. Fill in the blanks in the sentence below. Let me ask like individually, at least these are very, very simple things. Okay. Divakar Babu, can you answer this question? In a panchayat, the elected members are called.
Panch.
Okay. They are called
Pancho Sarpanch.
Panch and Sarpanch. Very good. Very good. Next. In the city is divided into several dash. Krupa, can you answer this one? City is divided into several
Wards.
wards. Good. Okay. Next. In a municipal corporation, the elected members are called Manoj Kumar IAS. Can you answer this?
Councillor, sir. Councillor and ward member.
In a municipal corporation, the elected members are called
Councillor and ward member.
Your voice is not audible. Please come again.
Councillor and ward member, sir.
They are called councillors. Okay.
Ward
Next. Okay. Group of councillors deal with the issues that affect dash. Okay. Gagan, can you answer this?
Sir, the city.
Please come again.
City, sir, the city. They come together to solve issues in the across the wards in the city.
Okay. Next. Elections are held once every dash year for the panchayats as well as for municipalities. Krupa, can you answer this?
IPS.
Elections are held once every dash years.
5 years.
5 years. Good. While the councillors make decisions, the administrative staffs led by the commissioner dash these decisions. Who will answer this? 1 minute. Shiv Krishna, can you answer this? While councillors make the decisions, the administrative staff led by the commissioner, very important. See, the administrative staff are led by the commissioner. Dash these decisions. Veena, can you answer this? Sixth one. While councillors make the decision, The administrative staff led by the commissioner dash these decisions. So they implement these decisions. Councillors make decisions. This is a very important thing. Councillors make decisions and the administrative staff led by the commissioner implement these decisions. Right? These are some of the questions which are given in the NCERT itself. Ward councillor and administrative staff, continuing that. Here, but the city is so large, it must take a lot of people to look after it. Does the municipal corporation have a lot of workers? Asked Shankar curiously, the person who bowled. He had by now luckily forgotten about the cricket match and his incompleted over is the person who bowled. So he asked with curiosity, do we have a lot of people here with respect to the municipal corporation? There has been said, yes, the work in the city is divided into different departments. Very important. See, for anything like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune, the work is divided into different departments. Here, let me give the analogy. Say, for example, comparing it to the constitution and the work at the country level. Here, constitution is the law of the land. Constitution authorizes the legislature to make laws. So, constitution along with the laws are executed by your executive. So, how does your executive execute the things? If this is your constitution or some of the works in your constitution, and the works in the constitution are divided into different parts. Each part is assigned to an individual executive to execute the things. He is having complete authority on this subject. Say for example, education. This education is the entire responsibility is given to the education minister. So he is the person who is implementing the laws with respect to education and also the constitutional provisions with respect to the education. When it comes to defense, in constitution, they have given some demarcations, some laws, things with respect to the defense. Once again, constitution is also a law, but it is the mother law. It is the basic law. It is the main law. It is the law of the land from which all other laws emerges and no law can violate this constitution. So these things are executed by your defense minister. This is what is known as portfolio system. Portfolio system. This was legalized by 1861 Act. But this was introduced 2 years back, means 1859 itself, by Lord Canning. So departments, all the things what we have, departments. Here, this departmentalization of the work at the center and the state level, we call that as a portfolio system. For the first time in India, it was given legal sanction by law by the 1861 Act. But in fact, it was introduced by Lord Canning in 1859 itself. This is known as portfolio system. When it comes to present day, it is the President of India. It is the President of India who makes and who gives the things with respect to the portfolio system. Means to say that president makes rules for the more convenient transaction of business of the government. So he allocates different portfolio to different minister based on the advice of your PM. So my dear students, portfolio system is departmentalization of the work. See here, please see the link here. Let me take a different ink for this. Okay, please see the link like how it is coming. Constitution, say for example, anything given in the constitution. How is this followed? How is this implemented? Constitution defines the things in a broader way. To implement that, laws are made. In a broad way, laws are made. So these laws and the constitutions are implemented or executed by your executive. Here we come across portfolio system. This is the way constitution is being implemented. This is what exactly is portfolio system. In implementing these things, executive also comes up with what is known as rules, regulations, laws. Constitution is the mother law. Within that, your legislature makes laws. Within that, your executive makes rules, regulations, and bylaws. So rules, regulation, and bylaws, they cannot violate the law and also constitution. Your laws are made by the legislature cannot violate the constitution. So here, coming back to our municipal administration, the work in the city is divided into different departments. Here too, we have got departmentalization. So there is water department, garbage collection department, department that look after the gardens, another look after the roads. So here, how the things are getting implemented, how it is being executed. So this is through different departments similar to what we have. Say for example, in your state or at the center, as we have like social welfare department, we have got like fisheries department, irrigation department. So here too, we have got different departments. I worked on accounts in the sanitation department, said Asmin Kala, and then went on to offer the children some kebab to eat. So she was very nice woman. Some while answering, she offered kebab and she's told that she was working in accounts. That too in sanitation department. Jahangir ate his kebabs at the top speed and as he wolfed them down, he asked loudly from the kitchen, Yasmin Kala, where do the garbage that municipal corporation collect? So here is a very interesting story. They have produced a story inside a story with respect to garbage, because this is a very, very important thing, like one of the day-to-day thing which we face in the city administration, a very, very major problem, because the rate at which we are producing the garbage are very, very high, unthinkable. Previously, like when if you go for like some 20 years back, there used to be some places within the city itself where they used to dump the garbage. Now the things have become like disproportionately very, very high. Now there is a different mechanism for all these things. He asked, where does the garbage that municipal corporation collects? The others were still eating when Asmin Kala began to answer this question has an interesting answer. As you know, you can usually find garbage lying all over the street. Earlier, even our neighborhood used to have garbage lying all over. So here also previously we had garbage lying like in every place. And if this remains uncollected, it attracts dogs, rats, flies. Dear students, so what are the problems? See here you internalize how simply they are telling. If there is no proper garbage collection, what are the things which will happen? Negative repercussions. It attracts dogs, rats, flies, microorganisms. Also, people get ill from the smell. At one point, things become so bad that children even stopped playing cricket in the street because their parents were afraid that they would get sick from staying on the street too long. So, to the question of Jahangir asking where the garbage goes, the garbage which is collected by the municipal corporation, collection of the garbage, sanitation, hygiene, as we have studied, these are the part of local self-government at the city level. If the garbage is not collected, it will attract dogs, rats, flies, microorganisms, from which you may get some diseases too. Yasmin Kala continued, the women were very unhappy about the situation and even came out to me for advice. See, the garbage was not collected as seen here. So previously it was not collected properly. So it was lying everywhere. So the women were very unhappy about the situation and even came to me. Means they came to Yasmin Kala for advice. I said I could try and speak with some officer in the department, but I wasn't sure how long it would take. See, very important. These are the case studies. Please think it over. If someone approaches, these are the kind of answers which you have to give. See, she is working in the municipal corporation, but she is working in another department. But when they are asked, like, what should we do? I said, like Ashmin Salak said, I could try and speak with some officer in the department, but I wasn't sure how long it would take. So everywhere around the city, there was garbage in your area. You are working in the municipal corporation. Women they're unhappy and they have come to you for the advice. So here, see, they have asked the advice. This is the thing in like nearly 25% of the case studies. This is the thing. Somebody comes for your advice. What will you do? See here, giving advice is a different thing. She would have told, go and do that, this. But though they asked for the advice, she has taken the matter and she said that I could try and speak to some officer in the department. This is the way you have to make decision making. Say, for example, if someone comes to you, that what should be the thing which I should do? In the examination, just don't write the advices. You also have to say what you can do from your side. Is this point clear? 25% of the questions in your ethics paper, that is, which is constituting 120 to 30 marks. There, they always ask, one person comes to you for advice. What will you do? Then just don't give the advice. Take the lessons from these kind of case studies. A very, very well researched case studies. Not only advice, you should be having the insight into those things and you should try to solve that. sympathy, empathy, and compassion. You should be compassionate, means you should try to solve that from your angle also, your end also. Then it was Gangabai who said that it is the ward councillor who we should go to and protest, since we are the ones dash. So Gangubai said we have to go to the ward councillor. When Yasmin Kala told this, Gangubai said we should go to ward councillor who we should go to and protest, since we are the ones who have elected this person. We have to go to ward who we should go to and protest, ward councillor, because we have elected him. Since we have elected, we should go to him. That is what Gangabai said. She gathered a small group of women and went to his house. They began shouting slogans in front of his house, and he came out and asked them what was wrong. So Gangabai took the lead. Here, very, very important, students, in all your answers, you have to show leadership quality. This is an examination to take suitable candidates for civil service. This is not an examination to select candidates for scientist job, who know more facts, who is more knowledgeable. What they are asking, what they are saying is this person capable of handling the situation? Is there any leadership quality? So my dear students, before you go to the interview, you have to fill up one thing, DAF, detailed application form. Detailed application form is one which will be filled by you, and this is the one which will be in front of the people who take your interview. In your detailed application form, you should, like, they will be asking the things like how, like from your schooling, what all the things you have done, extracurricular activity, other things like things of interest, your hobbies, all these things. In those kind of things, you have to indicate the leadership role which you have taken. Maybe like class monitor at in 10th, or class representative in your graduation. These are the things which you cannot neglect. Don't think that you have to take and write only the things which are at national or international level. No. See, you have already served as a class representative, monitor. This shows that you have got a leadership quality already. So my dear students, in your examination, in your interview, you should show leadership qualities. You should show problem solving things. So for that, say for example in mains, the last thing, the last line should be with respect to your problem solving. Means in one line, you should say what should be done, how the problem can be solved. Because they're looking for that. They're looking for decision making. They're looking for problem solving. That is what they're looking more. They're not looking more of the number of points what you are writing. Definitely they will have weightage, but the one where you have tried to solve the problem. Say for example, with respect to women empowerment, or like harassment at workplace. So here, after writing the pros and cons on what they have asked, at the end, to conclude, you have to write like how this problem can be solved, not like too much in one line. This is very important. In your answer, introduction, just a very, very brief, one line enough, maximum 1 or 2 lines. After that, what the questions have asked, last is your conclusion. So conclusion doesn't mean summarizing all the things what you have written in the body. conclusion is what is the way out? How you solve the problem? Here you show your decision making, you show your leadership, you show your balance of judgment here. Right? These are the things very important. Why I took is because of Ganga Bai, the leadership thing, what she is showing. Ganga Bai described the situation in the locality to the him. To him means to the ward councillor. He promised to go with them the next day to meet the commissioner. So here, commissioner is the head of the head of the administrative staff. Very important point. Who is the head of the administrative staff? Who is the head of the all the people who are implementing the things? Sorry. So sorry for the thing. Power went off. Okay. Let me make the things. Okay. Not bad. Visible. Okay. Coming back. Let me just check out. Okay. Gangubai described the situation in his locality to him. He promised to go with them the next day to meet the commissioner. Next, he asked Gangubai to get petitions signed by all the adults in the locality saying the garbage was not being collected. Very important. See, this is the way. See here, a case study. In the case study they have given. If something is not working in your area, how you have to approach? What are the things? What are the precautions which you have to take? First is you have to approach your representative whom you have elected. Get the petition signed by all the adults, means as many, because this gives the power. My dear students, in democracy, always number matters. In democracy, always number matters. Democracy is the game of numbers. So, dear students, this is the way in which you have to solve the case studies also. Please internalize and take this as a very important case study. Gangubai to get the petition signed by all the adults in the locality saying that the garbage was not cleaned, not collected, has been not collected. He suggested that taking the local sanitation engineer, very important thing again. See here, they got that signed and also local sanitation engineer with them. The next day might be a very good idea. The sanitation engineer would also speak with the commissioner and tell him how bad the situation was. So step by step they are going with respect to petition, with respect to going and meeting the councillor, getting the petition signed, taking the local sanitation engineer who has a good idea and who can explain the things. And as children, that evening children ran from house to house making sure that as many families as possible signed the petition. So this is the way you have to solve the case studies. Case studies will be very, very easy, but you have to go in a systematic way like this. The next morning, the large group of women and the ward councillor and the sanitation manager went to the municipal corporation office. The commissioner met with this large group and began giving excuses saying that the corporation did not have enough trucks. So always they give the things with respect to some excuses, maybe labor. Now it was the case of trucks. Here, very important is how the things they are taking in a logical way, how they are solving the things. But Gangubai smartly replied, but you seem to have enough trucks to collect the garbage from the rich localities. That must have left him lost for words. Where put the Jahangir? So, my dear students, this is very, very important. Please note here. So, like previously, like in my previous classes, I would have just made a summary, just summing of the whole thing. Say there was a like some children were playing. This happened. This happened. This. But my dear students, NCRTs are based on research. You will be learning the concept. You will be internalizing the things unknowingly when you go through them. So that is the reason nearly for taking the class, nearly I'm working more than 10 hours to make all these PPTs, all these things. So that everything related to the NCRT is being explained in the class. So my dear students, like what I like for any subject, I always ask students to read the things and come to the class so that if they have got any doubt, I can answer. But since these are small things, NCRT things, but in a logical way, you have to read. So you can avoid reading these things beforehand. You can come to the class, I will discuss. After that, you can take the PPTs which I provide, where I won't be missing any of the topic. Otherwise, if you read beforehand, it is good. Two important limitations will be there. One is you may lose interest. The second is time factor. It will be consuming more time. Okay. Yes, he said that he would take care of it immediately. Means who will take care of this immediately? The commissioner. Yes, he said he would take care of it immediately. And Gangubai threatened that if it was not done in 2 days, a large group of women would protest in front of the corporation, said Asmin Kala. So now the question like which may come to in your mind is, so did the streets get cleaned? Asked Rihanna, who never let things remain unfinished. So what would have happened? Well, not within 2 days. And then after another large and more noisy protest, the sanitation service in this locality became more regular. Dear students, here the leader, our Ganga Bai, is taking a lead and she's seeing that the works are done. See, first she went with small group of women. Afterwards, she got all the petitions signed. Afterwards, with large group they went. Even then, it was not done. Afterwards, once again they went. So these are some of the qualities which you should have, a leader should have. Wow, this sounds just like the Bollywood film with a happy ending, said Mala, who already began imagining herself in the lead role of Gangabai. This intentionally put because by now many of you might have imagining yourself in that role. If you are imagining, it's very good sign because you have the thing. You are the person who are thinking to come to civil service. You are the person who have to take the lead. So if any of you have imagined yourself in that leading role, or if you would have thought like what are the other ways of doing the things, it's very fine. The children enjoyed hearing Gangabai's story immensely. They had sensed that Gangabai was much loved and respected, and now they understood why. So previously, all the people in the locality used to respect Gangabai. Now the people came to know why. So if you take leadership and if you try to solve the problems, people will love you and also respect you. Not only that, there is a great satisfaction which comes by solving other problems. Right. They got up and thanked Kala for answering their questions. And then, before they left, Rehana said, "Oh, I have one last question, Kala. The two dustbins that we have at home now, are they also Ganga Bai's?" So these are the two dustbins. See, this is a very, very new phenomena. Like some 10 years back, this two dustbin concept was not at all there. Like now, in a very, very good way, the metros are doing that. Especially, I have to appreciate the things which go in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, the people who collect the garbage, they say chatta, they come to each house, they door pick the things. In many other cities like Bangalore, in other areas, no door picking. They will be kept like in front of their house, so they will take. But in Hyderabad, it's very fine because they will come to your home. They will knock the door and they say chata chata yavamma. So they will take the things. A very good practice which you can replicate in your answers. So in Hyderabad, there is a collection from doorstep to doorstep, which is very much important. Kala began laughing. No, not really. Municipal corporation was the one who suggested that we do this to keep to help people. Sorry, who suggested that we do this to help keep our street clean. When we sort out our garbage, it reduces their work. This is a very, very important thing. This question has already come, like why to segregate the things. So two dustbin here. One is for dry waste and another is for wet waste. Dear students, please do come up with like why we have to segregate. The question is why we have to segregate garbage into dry and wet. So this is a question which you have to answer. Let us take a break of 15 minutes. We'll reassemble and we will discuss why we have to segregate dry and wet waste. Right? We'll take a break for 15 minutes and we'll come back.